The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, MARPE on fees and extra charges, National Cultural Policy presented, and hunters welcome players back. Prime Minister James Marape has assured the travelling public that he would get the two ministers jointly responsible for Air Niugini to look into the possible review of fees and extra charges that the airline company is imposing on tickets. He was responding to questions from Minyamya MP Solen Loifa in Parliament recently.
Prime Minister James Marape said while the government cannot interfere with the costs of the tickets because of Air Niugini's cost structure, fees and charges, however, could be looked at, and he would get the ministers for state-owned enterprise and transport and civil aviation to look into the matter. Marape was responding to member for Minyama Solen Loifa in Parliament during questions without notice when the member asked for some reprieve in the fees the airline is charging on top of already expensive airline tickets.
SOE ministry, but making one of something, making one of helping modest law man Mary. You may talk of Air Niugini and company law, state and all man Mary stabna. Inablo, you may alvim all you walk law. Bagarabi Molman Mary Blue, you stop na charging big money, hefty cost. Instead of being me, I'll be modest Blolman Mary. Suppose same company Blolman Mary, you may be Molman Mary na Larry Molron go come. No one ever go them.
They may not be there to necessarily reduce the price if the cost structure is such where they cannot reduce the price, but if there is any space in as far as giving relieving people of traveling public, all can make him. Bambla tram asking Air Niugini, but them something them stable control on all.
The Prime Minister said he will be responding to the MP as soon as he gets some information from the relevant ministers.
All some fees, he Mr. Chargimanta. If this fees, me play asking minister or relevant ministers, Minister of Civil Aviation, Minister of Transport, as well as Minister of State Enterprise, looking all fee associate want more tickets. That area you can look long, but look really keep him Air Niugini running the ticket cost. Something where you may not have influence it to us.
Carol Kiru Jr., TV1 News.
Prime Minister James Marape has announced that United Resource Party leader and State Enterprises Minister William Duma will be the acting Prime Minister whilst he is away in Sydney for the 16th PNG Mining and Petroleum Investment Conference. Marape said Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso was also out of the country on duty travel in Europe and Africa. The Prime Minister also thanked all MPs for their support over the last 2 weeks of Parliament session, in which the 2023 budget was overwhelmingly passed. The National Cultural Commission, in partnership with the autonomous Bougainville government, signed a memorandum of understanding on Thursday to ensure the arts and culture services are developed and taken ownership. The signing of the Memorandum of Agreement has solidified the agreement to ensure the arts and culture services are developed and taken ownership in Bougainville through the partnership with the National Cultural Commission and autonomous Bougainville government. Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture E.C. Henry Leonard stated that NTC needs partners and stakeholders to work in partnership to preserve, safeguard, protect, develop and promote cultural heritages.
When the provincial government comes on, definitely districts will come. And when districts comes in, the LOGs, and right down to the ward, all by coming. In my time as minister, I visited a lot of remote places. I went down to ward level. We go down on town, we go down on district. I went there purposely to promote and to make prominence and recognition to cultural festivals. We have a lot to offer in terms of prehistory or culture and even modern history. So Bougainville, I see, it has a lot to offer. And let me tell you that Bougainville, in its biodiversity, in terms of the richness of its flora and fauna.
He was grateful for the partnership, believing that Bougainville does have a lot to give in terms of arts and culture, to host and launch many cultural festivals to explore potential, harness it and expose it to attract domestic tourism and international. Attorney General and Minister for Bougainville Independence Mission Implementation, Ezekiel Massat, was present for the signing of the MOU and acknowledged the partnership.
In terms of the autonomy implementation, Minister, me thank you, one time NCC, all board, everybody who's participated. You are doing more than what is required of you in autonomy implementation. As Minister for Independence Mission Implementation, me amamas, because this is progress in terms of where we intend to go.
Massat added that the challenge now is to Minister for Community Development in the autonomous Bougainville government, Maurice Opeti, to look within Bougainville and what are the policy and legislative deficiency and step on what Minister Leonard has provided and work on Bougainville's own policy and legislation. The autonomous Bougainville government is the sixth government to sign a MOU with the National Cultural Commission. Prior to the signing of the MOU, Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, E.C. Henry Leonard, presented on the same day the ministerial statement on National Cultural Policy 2022 to 2032 at the Parliament House. Minister Leonard stated that the policy was never done before and has been long awaited for.
On behalf of the Maraparoso government, I'd like to also deliver about 5 copies of our National Cultural Policy to the government of Autonomous Region of Bougainville. And I believe this will definitely assist to align our programs and to work in partnership in promoting tourism in Bougainville in our culture. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Janet Sios, a board member for NCC and founder and director for PNG Fashion and Design Week, spoke about the importance of the signing and how it will benefit the fashion industry as well.
And I'm actually excited about this particular event because really it's going to pave the way for us in Port Moresby, on this side, to go there now and start some of our work. There is huge potential in the garment and the fashion industry to also capture our traditional ways of doing things, our culture, capturing them on those fabric and telling the story for the future generation. So I'm actually thankful for the opportunity to serve at the National Cultural Commission Board and really progress some of the work that has been set out in the policy launched by our minister, and I'm excited to work with the team as well.
This is TVWAN News. When we return, financial literacy training completed and family project gains traction.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Rice. Susa, I want something.
Sunshine Nutri-Strong. New blue packet Sunshine milk.
Ah, Sunshine got new blue packet milk.
Yes, good lo walking coffee, tea, na baking scone too. Sunshine Nutri-Strong. Scale lo making Milo or milk belong all picking long drink too.
Nice, yeah.
Now Sunshine Nutri-Strong. You got vitamins and minerals too.
Sunshine Nutri-Strong, the new nutritious milk from Sunshine. Open hands.
At TISA, we've been the common thread in Papua New Guineans' lives for 50 years. At first, we were simply teachers helping teachers. And today, we're the largest savings and loan society in PNG, with members across our nation's public service and industries. It's an honor to be the common thread in so many lives. Not for profit, not for charity, but for service.
SP Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Lager, cheers to 70 years.
Welcome back. Digicel PNG Financial Services Salmoni completed the digital financial literacy training of 2,051 women entrepreneurs and women-led SME. A certificate presentation ceremony was held for the trainees recently. The training now gives the women access to affordable digital financial products and services, including Salmoni. Salmoni under Digicel PNG Financial Services Limited recently completed the digital financial literacy training of 2,051 women entrepreneurs and women-led SME. The training program is enabling women entrepreneurs to access affordable digital financial products and services such as Salmoni. The partnership is between Salmoni and UN Capital Development Fund under Rapid Financing Facility project. There have been several trainings held in Port Moresby and Lae on digital payments and financial literacy. Women who attended the training were certified. The certificates issued to them enhances the significance of the 2-month training and awards. Participants were gifted mobile phones and Digicel SIM cards and registered as Salmoni merchants. These women entrepreneurs will now be accepting payment through Salmoni for selling their goods and vegetable products. DFSL Salmoni offered gratitude to UNCDF, Talkstrat Consulting and Define PNGX for their contribution and commitment to the digital financial literacy training. Salmoni is a digital financial service offered by Digicel that allows all its customers to deposit, withdraw and transfer funds and make payments using a digital wallet on their mobile phones. Saido High School in Madang's Rai Coast district ended their school year successfully by hosting a combined graduation with the Early Childhood Development School at Saido Station recently. Principal of Saido High School Ruben Numunepe said it was a very challenging year, most of which was related to student discipline. However, Principal Numunepe congratulated the 6th batch of grade 10 students for completing the academic year. School Inspector Walter Wingu said the school has been recommended for secondary status, but they need additional funds to put in place for the infrastructure. He also said Rai Coast Secondary School is the district's one and only secondary school and space is an issue. They need more secondary schools to cater for the increase in number of students. A family project at Duke of York in Kokopo District, East New Britain Province, is becoming one of the go-to destinations in the country. Pang Pang Paradise Island and the Corey Corals Retreat, owned by local ward member Corey Aaron, is one of the best holiday destinations East New Britain has an offer.
Economic opportunities for islanders living in the Duke of York group of island wards on Karawara Corey Aaron said it is time islanders look at other economics such as tourism. Aaron, who is a graduate from the PNG University of Natural Resources and Environment, has trialled a tourism project for his family, which has become quite popular. His project at Pang Pang Paradise Island and the Kori Corals Retreat gained popularity during the COVID-19 lockdown. Aaron advertised on social media enticing visitors who, after visiting, gave rave reviews about his project, attracting more clients. He started the project for his family because he saw the need to provide a way to generate income for his people back on the island. Aaron is now getting bookings on a weekly basis, adding they get more revenue from local tourists than from international visitors. Though it is a family business, Aaron said people in the community are always engaged, from cooking to cleaning, providing security, or just hiring canoes and boats. Following the swearing-in of ward development committees on the island LLG this week, Aaron hopes that his committee and other wards can utilize their potential and boost their economies. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people. From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans. Expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend. PNG's own coffee. When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him, Olgera.
SP Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SP Lager. Cheers to 70 years.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Welcome back. With the loss of several marquee players in Kevin Apo and Sylvester Namo, who have secured overseas contracts, the SPPNG Hunters are also pleased to welcome back two of their returning Impact players to beef up their pack for next season. At the first Hunters media session on Thursday this week, Hunters assistant coach Paul Aiton wished the departing players all the best in their respective rugby league journey, including Mendy Muruk's flyer, Leon Undupia, who debuted for the PNG PM's 13 this year. Aiton said the return of Casey Dixon from the Late Tigers and Epel Capinias from Wynnum is a big boost for the young Hunters squad, which will be finalized after the Christmas and New Year break.
Last year, she's been out of the Hunters for a year. He's come back to Digital Cup. He's played well. He's performed, and he earned himself a spot back. And Appel, Appel's a great player. He's a really class player. He had a spell at Wynnum, and I think we gave him a chance to come back to the Hunters, and he took it. And he's been one of our, he's been a leader in the team so far, and I think he's going to have a really big season for us.
The annual Rookie Rugby Union Sevens tournament is set to kick off on the 9th to the 11th of December 2022 in Port Moresby. So far, a total of 32 teams have been confirmed for the Open men's and under-20, 16 for the women's, and 6 deaf teams. Also, for the first time, this year's tournament will be held in 3 different venues, namely Bava Rugby Park, National Football Stadium Oval 2, and Sir John Guy Stadium. The tournament this year will again expect strong challenge from a number of NGI teams, mainly from East and West New Britain provinces, after 15 City Pirates of Kimbe won it last year. It is also anticipated that a number of Sevens players from the current Pukpuks and Palai squad will also be featured across the teams, which will make the tournament interesting and more competitive. The PNG national women's soccer team have started their build-up towards the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 in New Zealand. From the current women's training squad, a friendly between the Gold and Black was played at the PNG Football Stadium on Wednesday for the new head coach Spencer Pryor to get a glimpse of the game structure, the skill level, speed and stamina of the girls when it comes to competing at higher level, which is faster and more intense.
Although excited about the new coaching experience with the PNG national women's side, incumbent head coach Spencer Pryor sees a lot of potential in the PNG girls. Most of them are raw and naturally talented. Pryor was in Port Moresby early this week to meet the PNG FA executive that also gave him an opportunity to watch a friendly match between the Gold and Black teams, comprising players from the current national squad preparing for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 in New Zealand in February. Before his departure to Sydney, Coach Pryor took note and left a number of recommendations with the PNG FA on how he wants the team to look like and specific areas that need to be considered when selecting the final team to travel to Sydney to continue their lead-up preparations with more exposure to higher intensive training.
What we saw is, it's the same thing we spoke a lot about in Sydney, that we see players that will run for 5 minutes and then walk, and the pace drops off, whereas we need to get it so the players run high speed meters for longer during the game. And that's going to be something we'll continue to focus on when we get into December. But there's some good players that obviously haven't had exposure yet, so just talking to the TD, finding out a bit background about everybody and the girls that we'd like to bring in. So yeah, get them exposure to that.
Coach Pryor said he's been pleased with what he saw and looking forward to seeing the girls travel to Sydney with the final squad to be finalised this week.
We're looking at something between 23 and 26 players to come over, so it's good numbers. And like I said in the press thing upstairs this morning, you take 26, ultimately we can only take 23 to the FIFA Championship, so it keeps it super competitive. There's no relaxing, it's not like this is the final squad. We're taking overs more than we need so that we can start to see some competition internally as well.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The regional youth game for the New Guinea Islands has been postponed to 2024. The Games was initially agreed to be hosted in Kokopo in December 2022, following the success of the inaugural Papua Regional Youth Games held in Alotau, Milne Bay Province in April this year. The Games is now being deferred due to the rise in law and order issues and prolonged droughts in both East and West New Britain provinces. Focus will now be shifted to consultations for the regional youth games in Momase and Highlands region, earmarked for 2023. The RYG Council appeals to the youth in the NGI region to register with the LLG youth councils in their respective districts to participate in youth sports, associated activities and prepare well for 2024. In that same year, the Southern region will celebrate its second games, which will be hosted by Central Province. And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.